Hello, this video goes through the story of Cyberpunk 2077. I'm V, an employee of Counter-Intel section of Arasaka Corporation, the dominant company in Night City. The whole thing begins with my superior, Arthur Jenkins, giving me a dirty work. His position is threatened by Susan Abernathy, the director of Spec Ops, so Jenkins asked me to take her out. After I got Abernathy's info shot and money, I called my best friend Jackie Wells, who would see me in Lizzie's bar. I rushed there immediately, relayed the task to him, and asked for his help. Just as Jackie was hesitant to accept it and trying to persuade me to quit my job, several Arasaka personnel came in, as Abernathy has already caught wind of Jenkins' attempt. They took away the shot and liquidated my bank account. When they even tried to drag him away, Jackie stepped in and intimidated Arasaka personnel into backing down. At this point, I lost everything except for the friend I had, Jackie. In the next few months, we looked for fun, stole, fought as mercenaries, and doing illegal businesses in the slums of Night City. For regular income, Jackie and I took jobs from fixers, the information brokers on black market. One day, I took a job from famous fixer Dexter DeShawn. He asked me to retrieve a military-grade hacking device, MTOD-12 Flathead, from Maelstrom Gun. Jackie and I went to the Maelstrom hideout. After one of the gangsters showed us Flathead, Royce, the gang leader, showed up and held me at gunpoint, asking us to pay twice. By killing Royce and his gangsters, Jackie and I took Flathead by force and escaped there. After the successful dealing with the Maelstrom gang, Dexter became more trustable on me, and he asked me to proceed to the second part of his plan, to get hold of a prototype biochip that belongs to Arasaka Corporation for a client named Evelyn Parker. I went to Lizzie's bar to meet this Evelyn. There, she told me that the biochip is hidden in the apartment of Yorinobu Arasaka, the heir to the Arasaka Corporation. Jody, a braindance technician, helped me identify the biochip hiding place through a secret recorded braindance tape. As planned, Jackie and I went to the Konpeki Plaza, where Yorinobu lives. We checked in using our fake ID. After using Flathead to breach the security system, we headed to Yorinobu's penthouse and easily stole the biochip package. Just as we were about to head out, Yorinobu walked in. We hid ourselves inside the maintenance shaft. There, we witnessed Yorinobu killing his father Saburo during an unexpected heated quarrel, telling Takemura, the bodyguard of his father, that someone poisoned him, and then initiating the hotel lockdown. After we were spotted by the Guardian robots on our way out, we were attacked and fell down. The package having been damaged, Jackie plugged the biochip into himself to keep it safe. We fought through the heavily guarded hotel lobby and eventually escaped, but Jackie was mortally wounded. He died before handing over the biochip and plugging it on me. I met Dexter, but he was not too pleased with what happened, as the death of Arasaka Emperor leads the cops and assassins all after us. His bodyguard knocked me down, and Dexter shot me in the head. I had a strange dream in which I became someone else living back in 2023, who planted a nuclear bomb inside the Arasaka Tower and destroyed it. After I regained consciousness, I saw Takemura and Dexter, who was killed by the former. Then Takemura put me in his vehicle and I blacked out. I came back seeing an injured Takemura needed my help. I helped to get rid of some hostile chasing motorcyclists. As both injured, Takemura asked for a Ripper dog I trust, so he and I could get some medical attention. Victor attended to us both before eventually I regained conscious enough to talk to him. Victor explained that the hallucination I had after Dexter shot me is Johnny Silverhand's memories, the most prominent terrorist that fought against the mega corporations and a corrupted government. The nannies on the biochip began to repair my damage, but as a result, also replaced my own psyche with Johnny's persona, and no one can stop it. There may be a few weeks left before my own psyche is gone. Misty took me back to my apartment and gave me some pills. After this day, Johnny Silverhand constantly appears in my life. Takemura got in contact with me later. His life was also in danger as he suspected Saburo's death, so he allied with me to help me reveal the truth. We had two leads, Evelyn Parker and Anders Hellman, an Arasaka leading bioengineer. Evelyn had gone missing, and by interrogating Ripper Dog Fingers, I learned that she was dragged off by Braindance Studio for making XBD, Extreme Braindance. Judy and I found her in a power plant, gravely traumatized. Judy salvaged some Evelyn's recorded braindance tape, which I relived, and found that she was hired by a female netrunner from a gang named Voodoo Boys. Through a fixer, I contacted Voodoo Boys and got a job from them. Their core data had been hacked by a network agent. I helped them find his agent and incapacitate him. Then I had a chance to meet Voodoo Boys' leader, Maman Bridget, who told me that they want Biochip to access Johnny Silverhand's engram to contact Old Cunningham, a legendary personality in a virtual world. She made me plug into the cyberspace to reveal Johnny's memory, through which I learned that Alt was Johnny's girlfriend and the best netrunner ever in Night City. However, Arasaka kidnapped her for the purpose of stealing her program, Soul Killer. When Johnny led his men to break into the laboratory to rescue her, Alt was dead. In a cyberspace, Johnny told me that though physically died, Alt's psyche survived and fled into the cyberspace, which we managed to find. Rock, the most powerful fixer in the city and also an old comrade of Johnny, helped me pinpoint the location of Anders Hellman. He'd been found on a convoy of Canton, a Chinese corporation. She sent Nomad Go, Penang, to help to hijack the convoy. Penang deliberated a plan in which we broke into the power plant and overcharged the power. When Canton air vehicle flew by, the power plant is blown up and emitted EMP hit it, causing it to lose control. Then Penang hit it with a bazooka. When we got to the crashing site, Hellman was already evacuated, and one of Penang's companions was held hostage. We saved the hostage and tracked the Canton guards to a gas station. An injured Hellman was found there, and I knocked him out, taking him to a nearby motel. Being interrogated, Hellman told me that the biochip in my head was only an experimental project in trial phase. He helped me examine it, and told me that it cannot be removed by force, as my neural network has relied on it. After Takemura arrived, Hellman gave us a blueprint of the biochip, which I could not understand yet. Takemura tried to get help from Oda, the bodyguard of Hanako Arasaka, Saburo's daughter, but Oda rejected his request to meet Hanako and mentioned a parade in Japantown, which Hanako would attend. We got the whole plan of this parade from Wakako, an acquainted fixer in Japantown. Then Takemura decided to infiltrate. We first snuck into Arasaka Industrial Plant, where the float Hanako would use for the parade was located, and uploaded malware into the float security system. On the day of the parade, Hanako appeared with her splendid float. I managed to neutralize all the snipers and netrunner around the area before being confronted by Oda. Having defeated him, I was able to jack in the float security system, overseeing Hanako from inside. Then Takemura snuck in, trying to explain her father's death to Hanako and tranquilize her in the end. He kidnapped her to an abandoned hideout, where I met them face to face. Just as we were explaining the whole thing to Hanako, Arasaka security force broke in. They killed Takemura to save Hanako, but I escaped. Hiding in a motel outside Night City, I was contacted by a proxy sent by Hanako. Through the proxy, she told me that she believed my explanation, and we could help each other. I met Hanako again, and she revealed that if I could testify Yorinobu's crime on an internal meeting, she would help me with the biochip. Though Johnny advised me not to trust her, I decided to give a shot. When calling her, Hanako told me that she's been detained by her brother. Hellman and I broke into Arasaka's house and retrieved her from there. Then we headed to Arasaka Tower. Upon arrival, we didn't head to the meeting immediately. Instead, we got inside Mikoshi, a facility beneath Arasaka Tower and a place housing the digitized personalities. To my great surprise, I met Saburo there, not in flesh, but his consciousness, who asked me to help his daughter. Then I followed Hanako to the meeting, where all the faction leaders were present. They were not convinced by my testimony. However, Saburo's consciousness appeared again, condemning their betrayal. At this point, the meeting is interrupted by intruders ordered by Yorinobu. After ensuring Hanako's safety by eliminating all the intruders, I rushed to Yorinobu's office on her order. Tons of enemies blocked my way and were defeated one by one, including Yorinobu's bodyguard, Adam Smasher. Finally, I reached the lost Yorinobu, consoled by his sister. As promised, Herman led me to their surgery room, where the bell chip would be removed from my head. I had a last chat with Johnny during the surgery. After I woke up, a Narasaka personnel led me to my restroom, where I learned from the TV that Saburo was resurrected by transferring his preserved consciousness into the body of his son, Yorinobu. Some days later, Herman came and brought me a bad news. Though the bell chip had been removed, my body was so damaged that it cannot last for 6 months. However, they can keep my consciousness alive by digitizing it and storing it in Mikoshi.